What up, guys? Taylor Trader back again for another review. I'm gonna split up my IRA from my trading account from now on, just to so people who's more interested in this can just look at this, and the other one they can look at it different. So this week in the IRA, I end up making $91. $94.01. I had to take a loss on that W that we talked about in the last video. That W was not cooperating. And I had a bunch of Amazon spreads that I closed out, so I made that back and some. I could have closed Netflix out, but I felt confident in it, so I'm gonna hold it. But we'll look at W real quick. So W right here, we sold the spread. I sold the spread when W was at 285 up here, right? And I sold the 320 by 325 for 2 weeks. And the first day you saw W drop all the way down here, and I basically said if it dropped below 250, I was gonna close out the spread because my short spread was like 245. So it dropped below 250. I was down 100%, so I got in. I took in $122 in premium, and I was down $122. So I just took the loss, and as you can see that we just rolled over the rest of the week. So my spreads would have been in money right now, and I would have took a full loss. So as I said with this account, I kind of I'm not in queue to let a trade that move 40 points against me continue to run against me. Like this makes no sense here. So I wasn't gonna sit around and hope. I just take the scratch and keep it rolling, right? So I got out of that W trade, and you can see the activity. W, I got filled at 244, so I took that loss right there. It is what it is. So we're out of W. I'm gonna start building my portfolio off my profits. I'm my maximum amount of money I'm gonna be using in options is around 4,500. So this 4,500 here is gonna be the maximum. So any money that I'm putting in from now will just be buying long-term stock, whether it's closed-end funds or stuff like that. So I went into QLD. They have option. It's a closed-end funds. They basically use the money from the funds to sell covered calls. There's a couple more that I'm looking at, but I'm just starting to build out. So I only bought 20 shares because I only have so much. So we have this account from November 11th. So basically around 50 days, and in the 50 days I've made over $1,000. Let's look at the deposits. So I put in 1,000, 2,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3,000. I put in $3,750 in the account, and we're currently, so I made almost 1,000, just shy of $1,000. And I was up on this Amazon trade, and Amazon had a big run up at the end of the day. So that's what caused me to be down on it there. But I was up like 80 bucks. So positioned decent for Amazon for next week. For Amazon for next week, I have these 30.95 puts right here. So as long as Amazon stays above 32 on Monday, I probably can close these puts right here for a good profit. So I'm looking at that to close those out at a good profit. And I also have these 3680 by 3580 by 3600, and you can see these basically are $350 out of the money. So I might hold on to these calls to get more out of it. So that's what I have for next week is these puts and calls. And the week after I have these 3050 by 3060, and I also have these puts down here that expire that week too. And I have these 3700 calls that expire in 2 weeks. So that's how I'm positioned on Amazon. I had the Netflix. As I said, I could have closed this, but Netflix ran up. Netflix ran up from where I was. So Netflix is at 540 now, and I sold the 497.50 by 502. I was thinking of rolling it up, but I couldn't get $50 for the roll up, so I wasn't interested in it anymore. And I'm not gonna increase my risk in the trade if I'm not getting the amount of money that I want. So yeah, so that's where I'm at with this for this year going forward. The same rules apply. Make my weekly deposits. Except now I will not be putting that money into options. It will just be going into buying stock, trying to get 100 shares. QLD has options. It doesn't pay a lot, but has options. But it pays a pretty good dividend every month. And just so I can get money from two sides. So I'll be selling calls against this, and at the same time I will be collecting the dividend. So you can secure the as options. Not a ton of money in it, but it pays a good dividend. That's the main reason why it's there. It's just an income. Otherwise than that, that's what I'm doing with this account. Hopefully everybody had a good year. Starting this account was a challenge for me, but this kind of showed me that, hey, my losses in spreads actually taught me a lesson. So I'm pretty good at controlling spreads for the most part now. Since I took a loss, I understand, the risk and when to cut your losses and how to deal with it. And so this is what the account is going to be looking at is so you might see a lot more stocks popping up in here on the weekly basis as I add in money. I'll just probably end up using that to buy more shares of something until I get to 100% so I can sell calls against it. All right, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching my video, guys.